Hello everyone, my name is Paul Hasselt and I'm the Director of Technical Account Management here at NetFortris. Today I'll be going over a brief overview of the HUDWeb client interface and highlighting some of the great features that can help make your day-to-day business processes even more efficient than they may be today. So HUDWeb is our unified communications console that gives you real-time visibility of your whole organization and gives you multiple ways to communicate with users, as well as gives you control over your own phone calls and flexibility to help make your communications seamless and smooth. So on the left side here, you'll be able to see the whole organization, and everything to keep in mind, by the way, is based on permissions. So if there's any kind of feature or functionality that you see here and you're thinking, I don't want everybody to have that, or nobody for that matter, we certainly can limit any of these to certain groups or individuals or lock them down entirely based on your needs. So assuming that you have most of the permissions here, I can easily see when somebody is on a call, like Katie here. She is on an outbound call. I can tell because everything is color-coded. Green is an external call, blue is an internal call, and orangey brown is an inbound queue call. And I can mouse over her contact icon here to get a little more information, such as the phone number that she's called, how long that she's been on that call for, and with the proper permissions, I can also barge, monitor, or whisper the call. So barge lets you get in like a three-way conference call. You could speak or mute yourself. Monitor lets you listen in as if you're on permanent mute. And whisper lets you talk to your employee while the customer can't hear what you're saying. Pretty neat coaching tool. All this based on permissions. Now, I can see clearly that Katie is on a call. So maybe I don't want to call and bother her, but I can always click on her name here and send her a quick chat message. Additionally, I could share files with her from my computer or any of these popular cloud sharing services if they're set up on my machine. So it gives me multiple ways to communicate with people without having to potentially interrupt them. Now, if she ends that call, I can see in real time that she is now available as well. Now, you have a couple of ways to customize this interface. One is the external contacts, and this lets you add anybody who's not part of the phone system, making it an easy speed dial or transfer point, which you can optionally add to the favorites group here. And that just gives you a little favorite section with all of your favorite contacts. Now, the web interface also has this customizable dock area here on the right, which will let you dock any users that you frequently interact with. It gives you the same type of hover over call controls, as well as these could be groups or queues that you want to keep an eye on throughout your day-to-day. Now, on the left here, the last important section that I wanted to mention is we have groups, and this is a way to have a group of users, either in a ring group or not, and gives you the ability to easily collaborate with these users via chat. I can share files with everybody in this chat room, as well as via the members tab here, I can see everybody in this group and control any of the calls if I need to, if I'm a manager, for example, and or if I'm simply a standard employee, I can see if my peers are busy right now or not. Now, you'll notice some of them have an extension and some do not. The ones that are extensions are also ring groups, whereas the other ones are just standard collaboration groups, essentially for chat, stuff like that. Now, if it is a ring group, I can go over to the page tab here. I can call that ring group, and it'll do either a ring all, round robin, whatever it's configured for. I can do a group page, a group intercom, and even send in a group voicemail. So, pretty convenient and multiple ways to collaborate with my teams. Simply very neat. Now, all users also get to take advantage of the visual voicemail, and this is available as well as transcribed to you. You can listen to this via the play button here. You can easily call users back, download it if you want to save it as a wave, mark it as read or unread, and or delete the message from here. Of course, you can access all the voicemails from your phone, just like a traditional voicemail system. And if you prefer to have them emailed to you, these also could be set up as voicemail email notifications, with or without the voicemail attached as a WAV file. And we can also additionally delete them from the voicemail system, allowing you to manage them 100% from your mailbox if you prefer. Now, HUD doesn't only give you control over your own calls or the visibility of other people's calls, but it does give you the control over your own calls as well. So I could set my location of where I'm at, and people don't have to worry about where is Paul sitting at today. I could be at my office, my home office, maybe my soft phone, which is an optional plugin that you can install on Chrome or Firefox, and that allows you to use the computer to place and receive calls through the HUDWeb interface. And the mobile, we do have an iOS and Android application available. However, this one lets you receive calls without any need of an installed application on your cell phone. So if I place an outbound call here, it'll come in as an inbound call to my cell phone. And if I answer, it places the call out on my behalf, masking my outbound caller ID with the business number. Very convenient if I'm traveling and maybe there's not a good Wi-Fi or data signal otherwise. This will let me simply place or receive calls using my cell phone. And I get still the same call controls that are available if I'm using any type of physical phone or soft phone that's part of the system. So one of the great things of HUD, it lets you do easy transfers. I could send these calls to another user, say Katie, select her, and I could do a cold or blind, warm or attended transfer, or I could transfer directly to the voicemail. I could cancel that. But most often, if I just need to transfer a call to somebody, I can simply click and drag it to them, right to their name, release, and the call will be sent to them. Now she answers it. You can see she's on a call. I'll go ahead and change my location here to office. So the beautiful thing of the location is people don't have to worry about where's Paul at. I'm just going to call his extension, and the call will be sent to that location. If that's not enough, we do have the Find Me, Follow Me system. So you can tell the system how you want every call to reach you. And for example, I can say have it ring some of my devices. I can do a combination thereof, select them all, and then go to my voicemail. Now, let's say I'm traveling and I've asked Katie to cover for me while I'm traveling and I'm out. I can have it call another extension, call Katie, and then even go to her voicemail while I'm out because she's been so kind as to cover for me. Now, these changes that I made here are already live and in effect, so it's one of the great things of the new platform. Client and admin side changes are pretty much instantaneous. So the next person that would call me now would go through these steps. So I'm actually going to go ahead and change that back. And again, this has been already updated. Next person that called me would go through this series of steps. And of course, we could always forward all calls to an external number or a specific extension real easily, just the same here. Now, calls can be recorded on the fly, and if they are, and you have the permission, you can actually access them from here as well. Listen to them. You can easily call people back or download it as a wave, delete it. Now, another thing all users get to take advantage of is the personal audio conference bridges, and each user gets one of these and has no physical cap to how many people can join. Technically, you have your bandwidth or your call capacity or your limits. There is no cap. And you can easily start a conference call. Just click Start. Now, if I want to add Katie, just click her name there. Ring her as she answers. She'll be in there. And we can even add external numbers. Just put them in there and say Join by phone. And if they answer, they'll be put right into our conference bridge. So very basic settings here. I can mute or kick this user. As well as internal users, you have a few more options because they're actually on the heads-up display. And you can either mute or leave yourself. So all of these features that I've shown you so far are part of the standard user package. And the next few options will be add-ons or part of our ultimate user license. So you can pick the features that you need for your users. If they don't all need this, you just get it for the ones that do, helping save you some money. So for video collaboration, we've partnered up with Zoom, and this provides you with 300 audio and video participants per call. You can schedule these for a future time here, and give it a password here, schedule a meeting, and it gives you a platform agnostic copy and paste template that you could send via email or a calendar invite, whichever platform that you're using. And with this, you have those 300 participants capacity, local dial-in numbers. You can record the calls, use breakout rooms, no time limits again, of course. Pretty robust little communications platform option, as well as giving you the ability to join any hosted Zoom conferences from other users, or even if you're using Zoom directly, perhaps, you can still join them all from here. And you can start them on the fly a couple of ways. Let's say I want to add John to it and Katie. You can simply select who you want to send the invitations to, give it a password, and you could start with or without video, but depending on your preference. Otherwise, you could always do a start on the fly meeting, so to speak. Every user gets their own personal meeting ID, which is useful for reoccurring meetings as well. You could put that PMI in there, as well as you can, of course, edit and view any of your existing scheduled conference calls from here. Now, we also have the ability to do SMS and MMS text messages using HUDWeb, and this will just open up in a separate tab here. And the beauty of this is I can give out my direct dial number instead of my personal cell phone, and people can send and receive pictures and text messages all to this DID or phone number. I can send it out to multiple recipients right here, and if they respond back, there'll be an individual chat box so I could continue on my conversation with that person. Previews. We also have a separate managed contact section here, as most of these users will not be part of your phone system. They'll be external contacts. Now, last but not least, we also have our call center section, but I'll be reviewing this in more detail in our call center video. However, briefly, I could just say that this provides you with real-time visibility for all of your call center queues, how many people are waiting, your abandoned, which is hung up calls, completed, which are answered, your service level agreement, and then your average talk time and estimated speed of answers in real-time averages. And if you're interested in this, please take a look at our call center demo. And that will conclude our demonstration of the HUDWeb client interface. Please remember to keep out an eye for our monthly newsletters. They help keep our customers and partners informed on our latest products as well as company updates. Please send any product questions to salesengineers@netfortris.com, that's plural. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on LinkedIn to be the first to see our latest product updates. Thank you and have a wonderful day.